Hello people, Mark Allen here, also known as Marlin41Mole. Today I am going to try to teach what kiting is and how to do it effectively. I'm very new to creating YouTube videos, and I'm going to try to do this in one cut. I may have to edit in some, but regardless, this is going to be very raw, very unrefined, but I hope it's also going to be very helpful, and I hope you all enjoy. Okay, so first off, I want you to notice that in spite of my advanced skin, I am using a Amarr newbie ship. This is the very first ship that Amarrians get when they join the game. All my fittings are the basic civilian fittings. Nothing fancy here. So other than the skills that I have trained, everything I'm going to show you is stuff that you can do straight out the box. You probably won't get 14.31 DPS because of the skills that I have trained, but the DPS isn't going to really affect the point of this video because this is all about kiting, also known as run away. Okay, so let's go ahead, get out of this station and get started. Okay, the big mistake that most players make when they're just starting out is they see some place where they want to fight. Here's a tech level 1 base. Okay, and so they're ready to go, and they just mash that warp button just like that. And what happens is when they come out of warp, or sometimes you may hear me refer to it as when they land, what they find is that they are right smack dab in the middle of enemy territory. You see right here, the enemies are between 12 and 18 kilometers away. So I am straight in their sweet zone, and they are already lighting me up. And what happens is the new player will try to fight, not really knowing what else to do. And they may do some damage, may get some kills, but inevitably, what's going to happen is I am going to go down. And you will see this eventually, I think. I hope. Because it's just a new ship with civilian fittings, I've really got nothing to lose here. You see that I'm already down into my armor. Now, because I'm an Amarrian ship, my ship is designed and equipped for armor tanking, plus I have this armor repper, which will repair my armor. But for the sake of this video, I actually want to go down. So I'm going to turn the repper off and let the inevitable happen. So let's see how long this takes. To be honest with you, I'm kind of surprised I'm doing this well. But as you can see, okay, I am now into structure, and I am now officially in trouble. And I have lost my ship. So, what can I do to avoid that from happening? Well, there's actually three very important things that I should have done and did not do. So we're going to do those things this time as soon as I get my replacement noob ship. Okay, we're docking, and lo and behold, here we are. Ship hangar. Oh, look at that, a new ship. Let's go ahead and set that as active and see how it's fitted out. Fittings? Nope, that's not fittings. Fittings? Well, what do you know? It's fitted out exactly the same. Load. Come on, load. You can do it. There you go. I knew you could do it. It's fitted out exactly the same as the other one was. So, and I haven't gained any new skills during the filming of this tutorial. So this is exactly the same situation, except this time I'm going to kite. And what that means is I'm going to make the enemy chase me. So the first part of kiting is I'm going to go back to that same anomaly. I do believe that was the base. There it is. I'm going to hold the warp button and drag it out. Now, we can get technical and figure out, well, what is the ideal distance to set for effective kiting? But I don't want this video to get too long. We're going to keep it very basic and just jump in at 100 kilometers. And here we go. All right, now, as you see, these guys are a lot farther away from me than they were before. And they're already targeting me and lighting me up. But they're so far away, they're not doing any damage. If I just sit here or run towards them, well, then I defeat the whole purpose. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn around and we are going to find a place to run toward. Let's find this station. Okay. We're going to approach this station, and it doesn't matter, so we'll just go ahead and leave it there, and you will see my ship is starting to turn, what we call aligning, in that direction. Okay, and now what this does is if I get in trouble, or when I get in trouble and have to run away to the station to avoid getting my ship destroyed, I'm already heading in the right direction, so I can warp instantly, just like this, instead of waiting for my ship to align while I'm already within milliseconds of losing my ship. So the first important thing is warp in at distance. The second important thing is to align on a station to escape. Now, if you're doing this to avoid PvP, player versus player, instead of PvE, player versus environment, then you do not want to align on a station. You want to align on a planet. And when you do warp out, you want to warp at 100 kilometers from that planet so that you can quickly escape the player that is trying to destroy you and steal your stuff without landing somewhere that's equally dangerous. Okay, let's go ahead and warp back to this base. You notice I warped in at a distance, 100 kilometers specifically, but I could have chosen a different distance. And then, as soon as I land, I am going to align. Where is that station? There it is. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start targeting, and we're going to approach, which that is going to bring us into alignment. And now you'll notice currently one of these guys, this guy here is at 71 kilometers. This guy is at 88. This guy is at 92. So already, when I had warped in at distance before, they had already separated themselves. And this is the important part of kiting successfully. What you want to do is separate the enemies, put distance in between each of them so that you can take one down before the next one is within his effective targeting range. See, right now they're all shooting at me, but they're all getting zeros. And if I were to shoot back, I would also get zeros. But if I approach him right now, well, let's see, he's practically 30 kilometers away. Okay, so I can approach him, and the other two will probably still be out of range. But another thing I can do is if I push on my thruster setting here, I can slow down my forward momentum, and that way I don't lose my alignment, and that allows them to catch up with me while I'm still aligned on the station, so that if I do get in trouble, I can quickly warp away. And you see now he is getting closer to me. The others are still well outside of my range, and I'm well outside of their range. So this should be a very quick and easy fight. So now you understand the concepts. If you would like, you can go ahead and stop the video now. If you want to see how this ends, I'm going to go ahead and keep recording for the benefit of those who want to see the end result. Spoiler alert, 3 ships die, and none of them are me. And then the second wave spawns. So this technique of aligning and slowing down your thrusters is very handy for miners who work in low sec or low security systems. The way that works is you get right up next to the asteroid that you're going to be mining, then you align on a system, align on a station, a Stargate, or a planet. Station, Stargate, planet. Now, if you fire on a player, the last place you want to go is to a station or a Stargate, because both of those have Concord patrols and uh, defensive armaments. And if you fire, even in self-defense, if you fire on a player, you will be flagged as a criminal, and when you get into range, you will lose your ship. So if you fire on a player, do not go to a station, do not go to a gate. If you have not fired on a player, the safest place for you is a station or a gate. And so that's what the planets are for. If you are flagged as a criminal, you cannot safely escape to a station or a planet, a station or a gate. You can safely escape to a random planet and hope there's not another PvPer waiting at the planet for you to land. And now, so yes, interrupted my train of thought there. So you would get as close as you can to the rock that you're mining, align toward your escape route, and approach, but then you would turn your speed way down as slow as you can get it and still be moving. That way you stay within range of the rock that you're mining for the longest time, but you're still ready to warp out at an instant when you see a hostile player warp into your asteroid belt. So those three techniques together, warp at a distance, align, and adjust your speed, are the three critical elements of kiting for survival. And it appears I have some awful range, but I'm finally doing damage. So yeah, kiting takes a while, but it helps you survive. Because the whole point is to get these ships to separate from each other. So instead of all three shooting at you, or four or six shooting you at once, there's only one shooting you at a time, and you can slowly pick them apart, just like I'm doing with these three frigates. Now, how do I know these are frigates? You see those little red triangles underneath their ship? A triangle is a frigate. A triangle on top of a line, by the way, sometimes I refer to the triangles as tents. Tents by themselves are frigates. Tents on a foundation are destroyers. And then if there's a cruiser that you're up against, it will look like a house shape. It will have uprights holding up the roof. And then there are even larger ships with even different designs. For example, if you go up against a battle cruiser, which is the next step up from a cruiser, then you will see a house on a platform. So you've got tents on a platform, houses on a platform. And yes, they get even bigger than that. But that's more advanced, and you don't need to worry about that right now. I'm just thinking of useful information that can help you as a new player to EVE, to relieve the boredom of just watching me peck away at this Gisty Reaper. 41, 40. Is he running away from me now, or is he just sitting still? I don't know, but I'm getting bored, so I'm going to speed up. And if I'm getting bored, then I know you watching this video are going to be even more bored. And I don't want my videos to be boring. So let's blow this guy out of the sky and see what happens next. I might get some royalty-free background music to go with this video to help relieve the boredom. But now the inevitable is becoming obvious. And you will see the benefits, or should by now already see the benefits of kiting. Now see, he's running away from me. He's trying to kite. I'm not going to let that happen, because I'm faster than him when I turn on my afterburner. I think. Maybe not. Okay, yeah, he's still getting away from me. Let's see, he's 47 from me. Oh, duh. That might help. I'm running away from him. Well, we've turned around now to head back toward the station, because I've actually gotten behind this last rat. There we go. Now they're going to spawn the next wave. There's 5 of these puppies now. Oh, look, he dropped some loot. Yay! Put that on the market. It's not worth much, but it's better than nothing. All right. And you see, again, the next wave has spawned well out of range. But if they should happen to spawn very near me and I'm in trouble, I am aligned on this station, so I can warp out and warp back in at a different distance which will keep me safe from that second wave. I hope you learned a lot in this video, and I hope you have a great day. Goodbye now.